Welcome back to Sampstra Games, the place to find new strategy games, and today I'm going to show you my top 4 upcoming turn-based combat games. Now this isn't just a video where I found a bunch of turn-based combat games and put them in a random order. I actually played every single one of these games during the Steam Game Demo Festival, and you can watch a Let's Play for most of them if any of them intrigues you. Alright, so without further ado, let's jump into number 4. Creatio ex nihilo. So this game is really interesting. This is a turn-based combat game where you fight with potions. So essentially you have a bag where you have a bunch of different ingredients, and then you use these ingredients to create recipes, and you don't actually know the recipes. You can get different kind of hints on like what type of ingredient belongs where, and you have to figure it out yourself. And this is a roguelite type of game, so essentially you're going to be doing multiple rounds, and once you finish one you can unlock new recipes and new artifact, which is essentially like a relic that has some sort of permanent effect. For example, at the start of each battle you gain shield or something like that. What makes this really cool is that every time you start a new round, the recipes are different, so you can kind of cheat in a way that you would remember the recipes from the previous round. And the reason why I'm really excited for this game is because it's really a fresh take, or a new take on, I guess technically, a deck builder, even though it doesn't have any regular cards. If deck builder things like Aspire. So it's just something different, you know. It's a turn-based combat game, but it's not a typical turn-based combat game. It doesn't have like a tactics or anything like that, or like positioning combat. It's not a standard deck builder because it doesn't have cards, and you're essentially building up your bunch of ingredients, not cards, and the recipes or the cards are different. And it's a really fun one, and it's a really, I guess, different than most games in this genre. I always found that really, really refreshing. So I'm really excited to see in the full release when we're gonna have a story, because the current demo doesn't have a story. But if you watch my Let's Play, I kinda added one. Let's go into number 3. Untamed Tactics. So this is more of a standard turn-based combat game. You're gonna have different characters with different abilities, and you have sort of like positioning and tactical combat and etc. You can get points from flanking, if I remember correctly, and each character has a bunch of their abilities. What makes this game really, really exciting is that a lot of the abilities are very customizable. Essentially, you can get these different like bonuses that you can apply to your character. So for example, you might gain gems that you can put onto a specific ability, and that will give you, let's say, a chance to inflict burn. And then whatever ability you had, for example, it's just a regular attack, now gives you burn. And you can get some really fun combination. Like for example, you can hit them and then also heal yourself, and etc. On top of that, this game has something called Parlay, which is an extra ability that you don't need action points for. And this is sort of like communicating with the enemy, and it can do a lot of damage, or it can give them a debuff, or it can allow you to steal some money from them. And what's really fun is that actually how successful it is depends on the personality of your enemy. So you have to kind of learn a little bit about the enemy. And it's essentially trash talk, but it's really fun in this game. I enjoy it quite a bit. So the combat is really fun for this game. It's very detailed. There's a lot of stuff you can do. You can add, you have obviously consumables that you can use, and just a lot of different upgrades that you can give to your characters and to your abilities, and etc. What makes this game really special though is the story and the graphics. The game is incredibly beautiful, and the story, the cutscenes are so well done, and it's really thought out. I'm really excited to sort of learn about this universe and about the characters in this game. So I'm pretty excited for when this is gonna come out. Six-Sided Oracle. So for this one, I won't have a regular Let's Play, because I played this game, but when I tried to record it, my computer was like, nah, not gonna happen. Sorry, don't care. But I wanted to show this game to you anyway, because this game is just so good. Like, it's so good. So this is a dice builder, but it has so many unique things that make it different from just a general dice builder. And already being a dice builder is quite special. There are just not many of them. There are few, but not many. So how does this game work? So essentially you start rolling your dice. So you get these different dice, and you have 2 types of things. You have corruption, which is this, and then you have divinity, which is over here. And the number represents how much corruption you give. And you have to play all the cards within your turn. Now you want to use divinity, which is this, on your enemy, and that will lower their HP. And then corruption you can also put on your enemy, but then it will first of all increase back their HP, and it will also give them a sort of bonus. So essentially, if you give them enough corruption, you can see the 0 to 4, it will give them an additional, like, ability of some sorts. For example, when it reaches 4, they might hit you or something like that. You can also put corruption into yourself. So if you play corruption on yourself, it will go into this little bar over here, and it will lower this to the left. So for example, if I play 3 corruption, it's going to take away this, this, and this, and will end up over here. And these things are on top are different abilities that can be used if you sort of went through that. So you're going to be able to use the ability to, for example, reroll some dice or do extra damage to enemy or something like that. But if we get down to 0 with our corruption, we'll lose our life, and we only have 3 lives. So it's a really fun game about managing whether you're using corruption on yourself to hurt yourself, but then to be able to do damage to enemies, or if you're going to be reviving your enemies or increasing their health, or how you want to use a divinity. And this is a roguelite again, so in between runs or roguelike, you are going to be getting like new dice and new cards, and it's just really, really good. And honestly, this game just checks all the boxes. Like, the graphics are beautiful, the story is amazing, it's such a fun dice builder. So why is this a number 2? Well, because when you know, you know. And when I played number 1, it just took my breath away. And I can't put this into number 1. And it just took my breath away, okay? But this game is so good. And honestly, if I haven't played number 1, this would have been my number 1, absolutely. But now it has to settle for second best. That's just how life goes sometimes. So Hard West 2. This game is just exceptional. Graphics are incredibly beautiful. The story is very fun. It's also like narrated. They're beautiful, beautiful cutscenes that kind of make you really hold your breath when something exciting is happening. But where this game shines the most is the combat. There is something called bravado in this game. And bravado allows you to recharge all of your action points upon killing an enemy. So in this game, you can make a series of kills of enemies consecutively. And it just feels so good. You're going to be able to just kill, move, kill, and just keep going with the one kill, and you can kill like a different bunch of enemies. It's just so good. It gives me a lot of the Mutant Year Zero vibes. Similar as in, I don't know if you watched me play Mutant Year Zero, essentially I was able to like go through the areas without taking any damage whatsoever using stealth. And I'm actually trying to do this for Hard West 2 also, but this time instead of using stealth, you're using the bravado to get that effect. And I actually did it for all the 3 combats in the demo, because I played the demo from start to finish. I was like, I'm not stopping until this is done. And I did every area without taking any damage. It was incredibly fun. And I cannot wait till the game is fully released. Now, on top of everything I just said, the game also has a really interesting card system where essentially you gain different kind of cards and you can assign them to your heroes, and this gives you a special ability, and you can change this. And I think this is going to be really important when you're going into these difficult combats, especially if you're trying to do it without taking any damage from enemies. You will want to try to use the cards to give the right ability to the right character. So you might take a card from one person, move it to another, and it's just so good. And the game is so tactical, and it's just incredible. I can't tell you more about this game. Just watch it, you're gonna know why it's so good. So yes, these are my top 4 upcoming turn-based combat games, and as you can see, I'm so excited for them. Let me know what is your, just give me one. Tell me what's your favorite turn-based combat game that you just can't wait for. You're just like on the edge of your seat. And while you're waiting, you can watch some other ones that I play on this channel. See you there. Bye bye.